Good morning. We are today with Gerry Blaksley, underwater cinematographer, a live stream about the film equipment he used to shoot this amazing work in Deep Dive Dubai.
Thanks for having me. We're here at the world's deepest pool. It's 60 meters deep here in Dubai. I'm in one of the classrooms right now, but I brought a few of the toys today. We have a Gates underwater housing. We have an Ike underwater housing. Both amazing pieces of gear. These are two of the housings that we're using the most here at Deep Dive. The Gates obviously is next level, amazing stuff. You get a lot of features with this housing. You can put an Alexa Mini in this particular one. We have housings for Red, for Phantom Flex. They give you a lot of flexibility in terms of being able to control the cameras, getting a live feed to the surface, being able to pull focus underwater if you want. So a lot of really cool features with these housings. They can go to 75 meters. And then the Ike Light is a little less feature rich, but we're running the A7S III and the Sony Alpha 1 in the Ike Light, which is absolutely outstanding cameras. As a matter of fact, in a lot of ways, because of the low light situation of the pool, the Sony cameras are outperforming the Red and Alexa Mini, which are both themselves great cameras. So no beef with those cameras, but really amazing how sensor technology has come so far in the past couple of years. Now the Ike Light housing, it is not quite as feature rich. For example, I can't pull focus with the Ike Light housing. It's autofocus only. Now, thankfully, the Sony cameras are absolutely fantastic at that. I've never once had an issue. But if we need to get a very specific shot where we pull focus from one point to another, then absolutely it has to be either the Gates housing or we have some Nauticam housings floating around here that are a little bit. The Nauticam housings are more in between. They're kind of a step up in features, but also roughly the same size as the Ike Light. The beautiful thing about the Ike Light housing is I can get some really dynamic shots with that housing because I'm not pushing this big monster around in the water. So, the right tool for the job. There's no perfect tool, and each one has its own features and pros and cons.
Do you have a special equipment you don't miss every time you go into the pool?
Yeah, I mean,
your favorite.
You know what's funny? At Dubai Film, we have some of the most amazing equipment on the planet. Yeah. But my favorite thing to shoot with is a backpack rig. Most of what we shoot with the X Dubai stuff is from a backpack rig. It's a A7S III or a Sony Alpha 1, a couple of lenses thrown in the backpack with a drone, and we really get a lot accomplished with that. You have on the X Dubai side, you have Emma Wood and Morgan Carlson, who are part of the key team of creating content, and they both love working that way. Very small and light crews. On the Dubai Film side, they're fully capable to work that way, but you have a lot of guys that are, proper feature film guys that have just years and years and years of experience, and they're used to the 100+ person crew and, Ultimate Arm and Techno Crane, and they're very good at it. There's a reason that those types of gear are on movies. They make things that just you can't do it with a drone. So again, the right tool for the job, and I'm lucky enough to be in a place that I get to experience both. I get to experience the high-end professional guys that get to learn from them, and they've been in the industry for years and years, and get to work with guys that love what I love, which is the run and gun style, you know, so really cool place.
Do you do special training for yourself to be able to shoot long time underwater? And also when you do the X-Dubai session, Jetman?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so for underwater, I've gone through quite a bit of training to be able to go to the depths that we do here. Now, I wish I could go to 60 meters, but that's going to take a lot more training. I've only gone to 40 so far here in the pool. We have, well, there's other guys here on the Deep Dive Dubai staff that, like former Nat Geo guys that are fully capable to go to 60 meters and even farther, and also fully capable to shoot amazing stuff themselves. So learning a lot from them, and yeah, training every day, diving a lot lately. In the last month I've done so much. On the aerial side, before I was doing the helicopter stuff, they kind of start you out with more simple things like horse races, camel races here in Dubai, things on the ground that it's the same system, it's the same concept, but you're not moving quite so fast through the air. So after a few years of doing that, then I started doing aerial work again with basic stuff. So, you know, nice big slow wide shots of cityscapes and whatnot, and then after that moved into more intense stuff, and now chasing Jetman through the sky. You know, I mean, that's you know, when you have somebody moving 300 miles an hour through the air, and he's small, he's not a, you know, huge aircraft, it can be pretty intense. So yeah, it took some time to get to that level, and you know, you're always learning. I'm still learning in the water, I'm still learning in the air, and learning from different guys. You know, when you go onto a set, there's always people around that have the tips and the tricks to pass on. And in particular, the Dubai film guys, man, they have been so awesome in sharing their knowledge. We have a few guys at Dubai Film that have been in the industry a really long time and are just absolute the top of the top, you know, and so it's been really a privilege to get to learn from those guys.
I just pinned a question about water pressure.
The water pressure, so yeah, as you get deeper in the water, the pressure increases. You know, the first 6 meters or so is the biggest pressure change, but then it does continue to change on the way down. And so, for example, inside of these housings, we vacuum the extra air out, which kind of pulls all the components together. And then as you go down in the water, it will continue to pull more and more because the pressure it's changing. That's why you pay a lot of money to be able to go deep, you know, because these things have to really withstand a lot of pressure. Like at 40 meters, for example, the air that you're breathing is a little bit colder. It's a little bit heavier. You're having to take deeper breaths, and you know, after that, after 40, you have to use mixed gas, you know, and it gets very specialized after that, and so it can be quite intense. It's not something that you would ever do on your own. There's you always have safety divers with you and safety margins in place, and so that's another awesome thing about the guys here at Deep Dive is they're really on top of making sure everybody is safe and secure and doing things the right way.
There's someone asked if you do any courses underwater cinematography.
That's an amazing idea, actually. We don't at the moment, but I think that's something we should talk to the Deep Dive guys about, because I think this would be the place for it. You know, it's a very controlled environment. When you go learn how to scuba dive in the ocean or in a lake, for example, it's an open environment, and you know, conditions could be cold, it could be windy, it could be all kinds of things. You could go under and have a current, for example, you know, which, you know, currents are never fun to deal with underwater. And so here you have a place that is a very controlled environment. I think you guys are exactly right. It would be very perfect for those kind of conditions. For example, a lot of people don't know you lose the color red when you go underwater. I mean, after like the first 6 meters, you have almost no red left. You know, so that's why you know, a lot of times when you stick a GoPro underwater right at the surface, it looks pretty good, but if you get a little bit deeper, you notice it looks green or blue. Well, that only keeps getting worse and worse on the way down, you know, and so learning how to compensate for those kind of things. But on the other side, there are pros to that. So for example, you know, the video that we posted recently that was shot in the dark, That was shot here in the pool in the dark, so very, very low light conditions. That was actually with the red Gemini before the A7S III was even released. Now, the beautiful thing about losing the red channel is the red channel tends to be the channel that you pick up noise in. And so for that reason, since you don't have that red noise, you can run these cameras a little bit higher ISO than you normally can. So for example, on the Gemini, we were running it at 3200 ISO with almost no noise, which is crazy. So, you know, little things like that change once you get under the water. That it's good information to know. And yeah, I think you guys are right. We should start some kind of class here for sure.
As you said, there's always more to learn, and every time is a lesson, a new lesson.
Yeah, true.
So, brother, I really thank you so much. If you have to go again in the pool, for this time, I'm so happy to have you in this live. Thanks so much for all you shared with the community. People is really happy.
Thank you so much for having me. I love the content that you guys post. You guys are so awesome. So keep it up. Thank you so much.
We are trying our best to create a unique experience for all the people out there. So every day pushing boundaries, and thanks for your contribution. Okay,
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
Talk